the one who stayed in the coldest place and gave the warmest love. The Heart of a Father by Hyun-Seung. Even busy people do not make room for us. Finding a hole as small as an ant's, we must hunch our backs like ramen and crawl inside. Whether Father leaves or returns, even if you wash your eyes and look, his face is just the same ordinary face. But in the liquor Father drinks, invisible tears are always half the glass. Father is the loneliest person. It's not that Father never cries. It's just that even when he cries where he cannot be seen. Wherever Father goes, there is only the sound of poor shoes. But that sound of shoes never wakes us from our sleep. Father is not someone who stands in the highest place, but the one who supports us from the lowest place. Memories of childhood and our last waltz together. My Papa's Waltz by Theodore Roethke. The whiskey on your breath could make a small boy dizzy. But I hung on like death. Such waltzing was not easy. We romped until the pans slid from the kitchen shelf. My mother's countenance could not unfrown itself. The hand that held my wrist was battered on one knuckle. At every step you missed, my right ear scraped a buckle. You beat time on my head, with the palm caked hard by dirt, and waltzed me off to bed, still clinging to your shirt.
The silent love hidden behind a father's back. My Father by Pablo Neruda. My father was a railwayman. His world was the rain, the cold, the smoke, the black iron of the engine, the signals, and the heavy keys of the switchman. At night, when the train went through the forests and the mountains, my father was there. On the roof of the cars, under the falling water, guiding the metal monster through the dark. He was a man of few words, but his hands spoke of the earth and the wind. He was as honest as the bread we ate, a lantern that did not go out in the storm. Now he rests in the earth he once traveled, and the trains still howl in the distance, calling out his name in the fog.
The broadest yet loneliest back in the world. Back to Back with My Father by Jeong-Hui. Now, leaning my back against my father's back, I close my eyes for a moment. The warmth radiating from his back has always been the warmest gift I received in this world. On the path where he carried me, on his back in my childhood, that broad and reliable back was the first nation of my life, and the only wall I could ever lean on. Now, his back has grown bent and small. I gently rest my back against it. As the joints of his bones touch my spine, I finally feel the weight he has endured all his life. Without a word, my father quietly pushes my back forward. Whenever I must set off on a long journey, I must walk alone, a cold and lonely road. When I lean my back against my father's, all the cold in the world melts away like snow. And once again, like a little child, I fall peacefully asleep within the warmth of his body.
Your child's future is a reflection of your today. Children Learn What They Live by Dorothy Nolte. If a child lives with criticism, he learns to condemn. If a child lives with hostility, he learns to fight. If a child lives with ridicule, he learns to be shy. If a child lives with shame, he learns to feel guilty. But if a child lives with tolerance, he learns to be patient. If a child lives with encouragement, he learns confidence. If a child lives with praise, he learns to appreciate. If a child lives with fairness, he learns justice. If a child lives with security, he learns to have faith. If a child lives with approval, he learns to like himself. If a child lives with acceptance and friendship, he learns to find love in the world.
The mornings when no one ever thanked him. Those Winter Sundays by Robert Hayden. Sundays too, my father got up early and put his clothes on in the blue-black cold. Then with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather, made banked fires blaze. No one ever thanked him. I'd wake and hear the cold, splintering, breaking. When the rooms were warm, he'd call. And slowly I would rise and dress. Fearing the chronic angers of that house, speaking indifferently to him, who had driven out the cold and polished my good shoes as well. What did I know? What did I know? Of love's austere and lonely offices.
What a Back Tells Us. A Father's Heart by Jeong-Hui. Even busy people sit on a chair and rest for a moment on Sunday. Father sits alone in the living room, reading a newspaper. Outside is a battlefield. Father is a warrior who fought fiercely all day long there to protect the flag called family and has returned. But Father does not brag about his achievements to anyone. he only takes off his worn-out shoes, rubs his slightly tired feet, and silently turns on the television. Father is sometimes lonely. The children grow up and go their own ways. And before long, in the mirror, a strange old man is standing. Even so, Father smiles. Even while carrying the heaviest burden in the world, making his children not know the weight of that burden, because that is a father's heart.